Postures everywhere bracket. That's fucked up, right? If I'm out there actually making an effort trying to stop the fucking scams, and everyone else is like, fucking that Richard, yeah, he's a scammer.
Call it a scam, nobody really cares. We can tell you the only one that ain't prepared. Oh yes, I'ma be a millionaire. 5, a couple trillion shares. Oh no, I ain't getting wrecked again. Richard Hart, he got us set to win. We're a family, we all the best of friends. We ain't a cult, man, just call us Hexicans. ICOs, pump and dumps, they always try to take you. Buy low, sell high, I'm tired of your fake news. You need a token, you broken, you wanna see some massive gains? Lambo, new crib, model wife, cash and chain. Look no further at your final destination. Don't be complacent every day when you paper chasing. Choose the best, leave the rest. Stop investing like you press. The only crypto that you'll ever need is Hex. Call it a scam, nobody really cares. We can tell you the only one that ain't prepared. Oh yes, I'ma be a millionaire. 5, a couple trillion shares. Oh no, I ain't getting wrecked again. Richard Hart, he got us set to win. We're a family, we all the best of friends. We ain't a cult, man, just call us Hexicans. Your investments are safe, it's got defenses. A mutable contract that pays trustless interest. I don't understand why everybody is hating. Hex is capped at 3.69 inflation. Shares are like hash rate. The higher you take her, the more daily interest that gets paid to the stakers. Always do your own research, don't listen to me though. It's complete, it can't be changed. Hex is finito. Call it a scam, nobody really cares. We can tell you the only one that ain't prepared. Oh yes, I'ma be a millionaire. 5, a couple trillion shares. Oh no, I ain't getting wrecked again. Richard Hart, he got us set to win. We're a family, we all the best of friends. We ain't a cult, man, just call us Hexicans. The game has changed, ain't no going back now. Dummies that called Hex a scam can back down. I hope you understand, I pray that you follow me. You owe the entire Hex family an apology. And stay sober, cash out, the game's over. Hex is here for the market cap takeover. Buckle up, we about to be full throttle. With multiple audits is where we get paid to hodl. We got the game smothered, sisters and brothers, with no expectation of the work from others. It's complicated, I know that there's a lot to this. For your daily Hex updates, tune to Hexologist.
What's up, guys?
Hex is like nothing that you ever been through. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the pumpamentals. If you like what you hear, by now, think twice. Just remember, yo, this ain't financial advice. Call it a scam, nobody really cares. We can tell you the only one that ain't prepared. Oh yes, I'ma be a millionaire. 5, a couple trillion shares. Oh no, I ain't getting wrecked again. Richard Hart, he got us set to win. We're a family, we all the best of friends. We ain't a cult, man, just call us Hexicans.
Thank you, Richard, for creating and founding the most amazing and disruptive financial technology cryptocurrency ever. Thank you, sir. And nice streams, Mr. BallietBran.
Alrighty, how's everybody doing? It's BallietBran, and hope everyone liked that little bit of an intro that I did. That was just some tweaking around on StreamYard, and so hope everybody liked that. All right, so we got some people in the chat. Toby One Hexobi says, "Give me a follow here and on Twitch." That is very true. Follow Toby, and then Toby, yeah, feel free to put your Twitch in the chat as well, so people can see. So yeah. Anyways, today's stream. Hope everyone's doing well and having a good time. We're gonna kind of talk about what Hex is doing. We're gonna we got Bitfinesse in the house. He said, "God damn, that intro fucking rocks." And I agree, man. It's pretty cool, the talent that the Hexicans have. A lot of us Hexicans are talented in our own ways, And let's see, Freddie Quotes was the one that did that, so he did a really good job. And I'm happy that I can use the song in my intro, and happy that you can kind of jam out and rock out to it. So I guess what we're gonna first off cover. We'll get into the chat in just a couple of minutes while everybody gets in here. But we're just gonna see what Hex is doing right now and what the chat's doing, and we'll kind of just cover some news and what am I up to, what's my channel up to, and we'll go over some of that. But first things first, this isn't on OBS yet, but this is my my new laptop that I'm streaming on. So hope everything's going well. I can actually turn it up to 1080p on the camera. I know that. Let's change this maybe. Well, I don't know if it's going to let me change it live, but one thing you can do with StreamYard, well, at least to 720. One thing you can do with StreamYard is stream up to 1080. If you have an Ethernet connection, then it's going to be a lot better and less choppy. So this is at 720. I'm going to have to tweak with the settings next time to get it to 1080. But anyways, without further ado, we're going to, I'll just say hi to a couple people. So we got Bitfinesse, we got Lazor, DJ Cryptomatic. Good to have you as a follower. Thank you. Abo Vale and Crazy Squirrel Cam. We already mentioned Toby. We got Dangerously Stupid, one Heximofo. So let's see as well. Real Spike, good to see you. Okay, let's cover the rest. Okay, so we got Joe. So I was on Joe Hexotic's stream last night, everyone, and I'll link it in the chat. Actually, let me link it in the chat right now. So if you guys aren't familiar, Joe Hexotic, he does a live stream show every Thursday with Maddie Allin or Maddie Allin, and he kind of spun off and he does his own show and his own I don't know, kind of like recovery show and an interview type of show that he does on a weekly and consistent basis. And so I went on his show yesterday, and I'll link everyone to the original stream. So that was last night at 6 p.m. my time, and had a pretty good time. Joe's a good guy, and it's really cool to see all of the people that are streaming as well, and all of the people that are bringing their own style and their own creativity to Hex and into the actual community. So we're gonna paste that real quick in the BeLive chat. So that's the stream that Joe and I did yesterday. So thanks, Joe, for supporting, and thanks for having me on your show. Really appreciate that. So without further ado, we're gonna go into just kind of what is Hex doing right now. The price, the last time I looked, was doing pretty good from last week. So we're just going to share the screen real quick in StreamYard here. And 1 second, y'all. All right, so we're sharing the screen. This is just V1. Let's go to Uniswap version 2 real quick, just because that's the most kind of recent price update and things like that. So let's zoom in. This is on a weekly. Let's change it to a daily. And right now we can see we're at a 66.9% of a penny, and Hex is doing significantly well. It's got amazing gains, and right now we're definitely having a good pump, a Christmas pump. We're actually going to cover right now as well. We're going to cover Richard's most recent tweet, and Richard's always got something to tweet about, which I appreciate. He's quite the hey, we got Chaos Experience, Johnny Chaos. He's also on Twitch, guys, and y'all should also follow him as well under Chaos Experience, because he's a member of the community, as everyone knows. And not only does he do his Twitter videos, but he does Twitch live streams every now and then, which are pretty cool. But we're going to get into Richard's most recent tweet. So that's just a little bit of price action with what Hex is doing. But I really want to cover Richard's most recent tweet here. So I got two different accounts, guys, actually. So we got this username, and then we got the BallietBran username. But this one right here is actually kind of like my main. I had a coworker that I worked with named Brian Jones, and I used that as an alias when I first got into crypto in March. But now that we're full-fledged on the BallietBran, the alias I still use because it's got people like Richard following me and things like that. But anyways, so this is Richard's his Twitter, and we're just going to, okay, we're sharing the screen still. All right, so we're going to scroll down just a smidge. Okay. Here is the tweet. So let's see. Richard Hart about 7:16 my time this morning, Pacific time. He says, the next time Hex starts doing giant vertical green candles, it will be unlike anything you've ever seen before. There's no adoption amplifier to absorb buy pressure. The 4x price in the last month will look like nothing. And then he's got the random line, but it's panned out even further. So before the random line, if I zoom in here, the random line to the last that I recall went to like 14 or so. But we can see now where that random line really is panned out to. And you got 28 and you got 48. And just within the actual time frame itself, I mean, that's 2022. This is just 2021 to 2022. So when you and obviously this is just that it is a random line, but Richard, I mean, if you look at the random line with what it's done and what the price action has done, the price has followed this random line and this random uptrend pretty darn well. So I think that if someone like Richard's always tweeting this random line, I think it's kind of nice to use as like a reference point to see if the hex chart is following that line. So I mimicked that line the other day just to kind of see on my own trading view how it was, and it's pretty cool. If I tell you what, if Hex does even a fraction of this, we're all going to be having our golden yachts a lot sooner than we thought. So let's get back to the rest of the chat real quick here. We got Swearworks. We got the Unhexable. Let's see here. I already mentioned Swearworks. 1 second. Let's do something real quick here. Okay, cool. I got the screen in the share screen in the other tab, but let's just say hi real quick. Brian Magruder as well. Good to see you, my friend. He says, yeah, I digged reading that today. And yeah, if we just come back here, we'll zoom out of the random line, and we'll come back to where Richard was talking. So if anyone doesn't follow Richard Hart, obviously you should be. This show is kind of Hex centric, and it's kind of catered towards this cryptocurrency because it is so revolutionary and because it is the next Bitcoin, except it's better. But anyways, yeah. So if you don't understand what Richard's saying here, I mean, pretty much, in my opinion, I think 2021, and if we thought 2020 was great for gains, which it was, 268x, that was great. If we thought that was great, then in my opinion, I think 2021 will be significantly better, and especially if we're just looking at Richard's random line as some sort of like aspiration or like reference on how to dream when it comes to the hex price. I think that could really change a lot of lives when hex gets to those numbers. So if it gets there sooner than later, great. I'm all for that. I think with the metric of hex, with the way that you're actually locking it, it is like a certificate of deposit. And for the people that are hard locked, that are locking for 15 years at a time, 10 years at a time, there's nothing that they can do in the short term to ever, like if they ended the stake early in any short term time frame, under 5 years, they'd pretty much nuke their account if they had a 10-year stake. And then same thing with a 15-year stake. If you do anything before the 7.5-year mark, you're going to be really getting penalized significantly, and sometimes to the point where it'll just completely nuke your account. So let's get back to some of the chat. Old Man Hex, hey, good to see you. I know Old Man Hex is always in the chat, so appreciate you a lot, and everyone else that's watching. I know we got Joe in here, and sometimes he hasn't been able to make that, so happy you're able to make this stream, Joe, as well. He says Maddie has an addiction to buying URLs. which I think is great. Oh, so someone actually mentioned Real Spike says, when is the Hex conference? And yeah, we can definitely cover that right now, and then we can get back into the rest of the tweets in a little bit. Let me stop sharing real quick, and then let's share the conference. So if anyone isn't aware, Maddie, Allin, and let's see, RG3, and our infamous Hexologist, they're going to be hosting the world's first Hex conference. So let me share the screen again, and I'll show everyone the Hex conference. It's in 2021. Let's share it right now. So hexchange.live 2021. It's the first Hex conference, and it's not going to be a physical conference this time. We'll get to that hopefully sometime soon in the future once the other circumstances kind of go away. But at least this one's going to be digital, and we can see it's only a 4-minute read. It's just a medium.com article, but it's got a lot of the information for the actual conference itself. So yeah, Joe's got the URL, hexchange2021.com. So hexchange2021.com. All right, so it's between January 6th through the 9th. Looks like it's going to be starting at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 Central, and that would be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 1 a.m. UTC, if anyone's looking at the UTC time zone. But the long story short of it is we can see what kind of styles they're going to be. Well, it's going to be structured. We can see that Maddie, he's very detail oriented, and I think that's really great because everyone does have their own style, and for someone like himself, bringing a lot of structure into the presentation and into the performance, I think that's good for Hex, and it's good for professionalism and for the future of Hex. So we can see there's keynotes, panels, talks, and then socials. So the keynotes, I guess, are going to be 30 to 60 minutes. The talks are going to be 10 to 20 minutes with a single presenter. And it says panels are 1 hour maximum of 4 on a panel. And the hosts will organize questions for the panelists. And the socials are 60 minutes. So we can see that this is going to be quite a lot. This is something that the Hexican community has not seen before in this type of structure and in this type of presentation. And I think this is going to be really, really good for Hex. So some other information it has is please join the Telegram channel. So let me just see. One second. I'm just looking for the Telegram channel, maybe. Otherwise, I can look on my own Telegram, but he does have a Telegram. So maybe I'll. Oh, okay. T.me/hex changes. Hex changes. So we're gonna try and copy this in the chat for everyone. Let me paste this sucker right here. I hope that works for everyone. T.me/hex changes. And let's put that in the D Live as well. Okay, so hopefully that went out to everybody. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be a really fun conference. The people that are presenting, myself included, part of the requirement is a green screen. So I've got the green screen, and I'm really looking forward to doing a presentation. So far, I'll just be doing, I think, like a testimonial, like a 10 to 20 minute testimonial. But in the meantime, let's just see what the other Hexicans are up to. So let's see here. We got Steven. Hey, he's always in the chat. Great to see you, my friend. Thank you for all your support, by the way, as well. Steven says, I think and hope it's still super early stages for Hex. My plan is to increase my buying of Hex slowly and steadily. And yeah, man, we're totally early. For the people, you can always you can always complain about things that you lost, right? Oh, I didn't get this airdrop, or oh, I didn't get Hex when it came out, and things like that. But what is your opportunity right now? And right now, there's a huge opportunity for anyone getting in Hex when you've got an average APY sometimes of 30-35%, sometimes as high as 40% on certain days. Then that's really not only a lot of interest that you're earning in a trustless manner, no counterparty risk or things like that, but you're also earning when people don't do things in the favor. So like when someone makes an action that they don't do in their own favor, say if they're doing like an end stake, well, instead of all of that economic velocity going into the market and being able to dump it on our heads, the penalties of that actual end stake goes to us stakers, and part of it goes to the origin address as well, which has shown to have some almighty strong hands. So I think that's really good for price. I mean, anytime you've got something like one of the biggest things that appealed me to Bitcoin at the beginning, and then I got into some other ones that were similar that I don't need to mention their names, was the finite supply, right? Bitcoin's great because it's capped at 24 million. And then we listen to people like Richard that shatter our worldviews if that was our current paradigm. And then you realize like, oh, okay, there actually is a whole bunch of censorship and centralization in China. And there is these inflation bugs that have happened. So let's get back into the rest of the chat. And so, yeah, thanks for everyone joining. We got Brian that says, and by the way, good to see you, Brian. He's always in the chat rooms, and I'd actually love to have you on sometime, man. I don't think I've ever seen you on stream. If so, maybe it was one time, but I'd love to have you on sometime. Maybe we could chat offline, off air sometime, and then maybe we could do something in the future if you ever wanted. But he says being early in Hex is relative. If you stake long, you will be in profit. Just remember, get as many T-shares as possible. And yeah, the name of the game totally is T-shares. And so if someone's saying, well, what the hell is a T-share? I have no idea. Let me tell you, and let me show you. This is actually nomics.com. We're gonna show you the go.hex.com/stake. But hey, hey, the Phoenix Enigma, Corey, good to see you, man. That's someone I follow as well, and it's cool to see. Not covering the specific topics that he does, but Hex, Corey is a cryptocurrency, and I'd be happy if you ever had a Ethereum address. I could totally donate you some Hex. Right now we can see it's the top 10, and with Bitcoin being number one, Hex being just a little bit over a year old is kind of like that Bitcoin opportunity. So yeah, I'd love if you're ever interested, Corey, or the Sicilian Witch. I'd totally love to donate you guys some Hex if you're ever interested. We're actually going to cover it right now, what it is. So if we go to go.hex.com/stake, that is you're operating with the actual smart contract of Hex, and this is where like the money is made, and this is where the interest is realized. So what Hex is, it's a cryptocurrency that's like a staking cryptocurrency, and it's the first cryptocurrency to perfect. We're still sharing the screen. It's the first cryptocurrency to ever emulate a certificate of deposit type and style of interest format, and you're earning interest trustlessly with no counterparties. You're not trusting any one person. You're not trusting the person that's the founder, who's Richard Hart. You're not trusting anyone. It's just yourself, the individual peer, and in the actual smart contract itself, the Hex.com smart contract that you're interacting with. So this is just a YouTube demonstration wallet that we've got. We've got currently $562 that are the principal of this, but we can see let's see, we can see the actual interest just in a few short weeks. The earliest day that I started this was November 29th, and the most recent stake that I did was December 13th. These are all individual time locks. They'll be treated that way. But you can see that the total amount that I've earned so far is 1,306 hex. And if we want to find out the value of that, 1,306, that's $8.64. So out of a principal of about 500, I believe, is what it was originally. It's already raised in price, and the actual product itself is what you are speculating on. But the really cool thing about Hex is it's a lot more secure than Bitcoin. If Bitcoin did as successful as it did in 10 years, which it went up 2.4 million X now, then something like Hex that is designed to compete with the traditional certificate of deposit. If you've got something like that, and you've got something that Hex has that is a audited smart contract, it's got 3 different audits, then it's definitely, in my opinion, it's going to be a lot bigger of a competition than Bitcoin ever was to the traditional finance system. And a lot of people wonder, like, what is the big money doing? Are cryptocurrencies still taboo and things like that? And in my opinion, I don't think they are. I think a lot of people, not just the average retail investor, but a lot of institutions as well in traditional finance, hedge funds are getting into not only Bitcoin but Hex as well. And it's really cool to be in something so early. Not only was I there on day one, but I mean, today is day 391. And when you think about, if you had the opportunity way back in 2010, 2011 to get in Bitcoin when it was under 1,000 days old, or even under 400 days old, imagine if you had just thrown in $20, $30, $40, and just forgot about it. And that's kind of what Hex has the opportunity of doing, but it's also doing something else that Bitcoin doesn't do, which is paying you interest. And let me show you guys something else as well real quick here. So since we're sharing the screen, let's do, okay, we'll do it like this. Okay, so this is go.hex.com/stake. But if we just do go.hex.com, and by the way, thank you again, Corey, for the Corey and Sicilian Witch, Serena or something. I'm kind of blanking on her name, but Corey and Alicia, I think. Thank you again, by the way, guys, for that host. I appreciate what you guys are doing, and everyone else as well. I appreciate all the support that the Hexicans are doing, and everyone else. We're all a big community, and we all gotta look out for each other and make sure that everyone's winning as well. So this is kind of just some information. If we scroll to day 390, which was the most recent day, the APY for people that were staked or that had open Hex stakes that day, they earned 39.17% APY. And that's just the average. The cool thing about Hex and why it's so powerful, and it's not too late to get in. I really like donating Hex to people, because when they stake it themselves, they can kind of see the power of what it does. But right now we can see we have 11,703 Hex, and since that part's not in USD, well, how much is that worth? Well, it's worth $77. Let's just do 10,000 Hex for this demonstration, since we got some new people on the video. So we're going to do 10,000 Hex. That's the principal. And what that's earning at a principal basis, and on a, like, if you were to only lock it for 1 day, what that would get you in return is part of a T share. And a T share is just it's a Terra share. It's this part is kind of the weeds, but all you really have to know is it's a T share. And the more T shares that you earn, those are the things that are actually yielding you interest. So down here, one of these stakes was 16,320 hex at the time. It got me 3 T shares. And what those actually do over the length of your stake until 2033, what those actually do is earn you the interest. But let me just show you. So that's what it is from like a 1-day basis. But in Hex, it's a certificate of deposit similar. It's similar to that. So the longer that you stake, the better. Well, it's 39.41, I believe. At 39.41, you triple the amount of shares that you have. So it went from 0.6 to 1.8. Great. 6 times 3 is 18. So we got 3 times the amount of shares. And then the most that you can actually lock. Sorry, I was just reading up the comment. Thank you, Alicia, for the comment. Keep at it. And yeah, I will keep at it. I do a lot of different styles of streams, mainly based around cryptocurrency and finance. For someone like myself, I'm 24, and this is kind of like the opportunity that I always wanted like 5 or 10 years ago, and wasn't too privy to Bitcoin back in the day when I was like 14 or 15. But now that I'm 24 and have the knowledge and experience of being in crypto for over 3 years, I kind of realize, oh, this is that one opportunity that's made up for any of the losses that I had in other cryptos. But so you can stake from 1 day all the way up to 5,555 days. And when I will say one thing, there's a caveat. When you are locked, it's one of those things. And Corey, I watch your guys' show. One of the things that is a big appeal for Hex is it rewards people that they do what they said they were going to do. So if you got a 30-day lock, then great. You're going to earn from your principal of 10,000. You're going to earn at a minimum and at a guarantee, you're going to earn 159 hex just from the actual contract paying you. But then you're also going to earn from people that end their stakes early and that didn't do what they said they were going to do. But the reason that Hex has such a appeal to some of those that are in the military and some of those that are really battle hardened is because it does reward people, like I said, that did what they said they were going to do. So 1 day, anywhere to 5,555 days. And we're just going to check this one out there for the example. So 1.828 T-shares. I'm going to hit stake real quick. And like I said, Corey or Alicia, I can talk to you guys in a private chat and definitely donate you 20 or 30 bucks worth of Hex and let you guys do the same thing. It's something that I've given a lot of my family members the same opportunity of having an investment that is long-term and of having something that'll reward you in the future. So let's see. I'd like to speak with you privately if you are willing and have time. Yeah, Corey, I definitely do. I know one time I reached out to you about like maybe doing an interview on your show. So yeah, I'd totally love to reach out sometime, my friend. I know, I've seen a lot of your show and you kind of have different people from all different backgrounds. So anyways, yeah, cryptocurrency is something that can, first off, it's not going anywhere. It's staying, it's here to stay. And if it's the new system or if it's something that is being developed that's not going away, well, you might as well get on the horse while you can, as opposed to it just leaving you out, and as opposed to some people just not really understanding the value of it. When okay, Corey, yeah, I'll definitely after this I'll definitely reach out to you. And yeah, I'd love to chit chat with you sometime. So what I did here, guys, it's complete. We can see, and it's kind of cool. Like the website itself, all of this is audited. This is just interacting with the smart contract. But sometimes there's been additions to the actual website, so it's nothing to do with the contract. But there's additions like this: the T-share daily close price in US dollar. So what this shows you is this is the amount of days, as you can see, and today we're on day 391 here. But we can just see that way back in the day, and I was getting in back in these times and these prices, but say day 33 here, a T share was 61 cents, and today it's significantly higher. It's over $100. It's over $100. The last time that I looked, let's see how much it was. But yeah, it was almost about $100, if not a little bit more than that. Let's see, $109. So from 60 cents for something that you're paying for all the way to 109, you can see how quick that multiplies. And part of it is the actual power of compounding interest and of what Hex is doing and what it's trying to achieve. It's designed to actually be the world's global reserve currency, and I know that that's a big undertaking, and I know that that's something that seems quite out there. But when you've got something at the end of the day that is the hardest money and that is the strongest form of money, and it is censorship resistant, no government can shut this down or stop this. And part of what decentralized finance is doing and what cryptocurrency is doing and what Hex is doing is it's really revolutionizing the way that we interact on a peer-to-peer basis, and a different type of payment system without third parties being in the way, whether that's a centralized government or a Federal Reserve that's deflating the value. We don't have any of that in Hex. All we really have is yourself and a smart contract. And the smart contract itself, the code is all something that it's something you can verify. It's not something you can copy because it is closed source on the license, but it's something that you can verify. And for anyone that doesn't do their research, some of these people they don't look at the code, and so they don't necessarily know what the contract does. Everything in Hex is very open and it's very transparent. And when you're dealing with millions and millions of dollars, and right now it's at like a $3.5 billion market cap, when it's the top 11 cryptocurrency, it's not really going to take long for us to get back up there. Probably should Hex tag this video. Okay, I'll look into that. That's not a bad idea. That's the other thing with the new laptop and the new streaming setup. I need to talk with Joker. I know he was someone that unfortunately got banned, I believe, on DLive. So I do have Joker. I do have him, his Trovo link. I do have that in the description, I believe, of this video. If anyone was wondering where he went, it wasn't his. Well, I shouldn't say it wasn't his fault, but it was something that the platform did that unfortunately doesn't look like he's going to be back in a while. So if you're ever trying to support content creators, or if you're a broadcaster yourself, I know we got Corey and Alicia in here. I think it's really smart that they got off of YouTube, or that they at least branched out to DLive and some of these other platforms, because when we can support each other and not need to rely on such centralized platforms and entities and structures like that should be regulated as monopolies, then we're being censored less. And when we can be censored less, and when we can interact with each other on a peer-to-peer basis, then it's going to be a win-win business situation, as opposed to a win-lose or a mandatory, obligatory censorship or some sort of control that the government is doing at the time. So we got the Sicilian witch. She says, "Wonderful, break it down for us." Okay. I'm sorry. This is like learning to speak Russian. Okay. Let me try and be as simple as possible. We're going to start from the very beginning. So let's come over here. I'm going to not share that screen for just a second. We're going to change this to the main website. So right now, the go.hex.com, that is when you have Hex, and that is when you actually choose to lock up your Hex. We're gonna do just an introduction on the hex.com website of what Hex is. So I'm just going to open it up in a separate window real quick. And then on StreamYard, I'm going to click the share the audio real quick. I'm just going to do full screen on the share screen just so, and thank you for the follow. We're just going to do a share screen on what Hex is. This is on the hex.com website, and it's like a 2-minute introductory video of what Hex is. So bear with me for just 1 second here. Okay, so it's going to be the first video on hex.com. All right, 1 second here. And share audio. All right, let's full screen.
What is this HEX, you might ask? HEX is a cryptocurrency, albeit a very different type of cryptocurrency. You see, instead of simply spending or trading this cryptocurrency, HEX lets you lock up your money and gain interest on it. We already do this through our banks. It is what the banking industry calls CDs, or certificates of deposit. Customers lock up their wealth for a certain time, and in turn, they grow their wealth by earning interest. But the old school currencies that we lock up in our banks suffer from inflation, which means that while you are gaining interest over time, your money is also losing some of its value. This is where HEX shines, because HEX is the first high-interest paying cryptocurrency. HEX takes the profit out of banks and government money printing and gives it to HEX holders. HEX is actually designed to increase in value. In fact, the value of a single HEX token has multiplied by more than 80 times within the first handful of months it was launched. Which means the HEX holders not only gained interest, but they also multiplied their existing investment exponentially. And it's only just getting started. What makes HEX even more reliable is the fact that HEX is a trustless peer-to-peer system, which means that there is no central power that controls the system. Everything is powered by the users without any counterparty risk. It's pretty, interesting. To get started, head to hex.com. Links below. Farewell.
Okay, so that is the introductory video of what Hex is, and I hope everyone saw that. So thank you for everyone that watched that. And the actual main hex.com website, what it does is it explains what Hex is, and at the end of the day, Hex is a cryptocurrency, and some of these cryptocurrencies have different use cases and different properties that are making it what it is. Big Pep and Silver are streaming right now. Why not do a 3-way? I thought about joining their stream, but I was kind of setting up for my own, and I don't know if we can merge 2 live streams into one at the same time. I did see Big Pep and Silver were streaming right now, so that's probably where a lot of the other people are. But for now, I'm kind of just doing my own thing today. I'd love to have them on sometime, though. I told Big Pep he's welcome back on anytime he wants. And same thing with Silver. I'd love to have a one-on-one with him and kind of just pick his brain. So the actual hex.com website, that's the main video that we just saw. And what this is saying is some of the Hex stakes, they've earned a 40% APY, which is just a 40% yield for that day on the principal and on the money that you had locked up. And what this is it's if anyone doesn't know, the certificate of deposit. Back in my day, I'm only 24, but when I was growing up, my grandpa, he would give myself and my 3 older brothers, he would give us a savings bond for Christmas and for our birthdays. And so just got distracted by a comment, but he would give us savings bond for our Christmas and for our birthdays. and they were a 15-year savings bond that after 15 years, the principal of $25 would mature all the way up to $50. And Hex is kind of mimicking a similar style, and it mimics the certificate of deposit a little bit more, where some of the actual design intentions for Hex emulate what the certificate of deposit does. So, for example, for some of the CDs in the world, if you lock for 1 year longer, you get 20% more on the principal. And so Hex does this very similar thing. And what it does is it maxes out at 10 years. So at a 10-year lock, if you have, say, $10 or $100, and you lock it up for 10 years, well, that's the maximum amount of bonus that you're going to receive. It stops at 10 years. But if you lock all the way to 15 years, oh, okay. Well, okay. Whoops. All right, we got some people trying to get me on the show. I'm sorry. 1 second here. Hex is a cryptocurrency. Yes. Let's see. I guess I should pay attention to the chat instead of, that's kind of like the introduction of what Hex is. But Toby1 says, hey, buddy, Silver and Big Pep are live on YouTube right now. I'd be hanging here. Great work as always. I saw that they were live. Yeah. I guess check. All right. Shit, we got Motley in here as well telling me to check the Twitter. All right. Let's see. Oh, crikey. Okay, we got Big Pep in the house, so he's saying, "Hey, Bran, join our stream if you can." So I definitely can. I'm trying. I've never done this before, where I'm doing a stream and they're doing a stream. I'm gonna see if I can click the link, and if I can maybe share the screen. Let me 1 second here. This is gonna be weird, man. This is gonna we're gonna attempt some StreamYard magic here, all right? Yeah, that's not good. I don't want that. Okay, so that's my StreamYard. We don't. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry about that. I accidentally ended my stream because I shared the wrong StreamYard link. Let's go back to StreamYard, and I might just end this and just straight up join Big Pep with their link here. But let's just try one last thing here. I don't want to leak my DMs because there might be some personal stuff there. Who knows? All right, sorry about this, guys. One last time. If it doesn't work this time, I'll just end the stream and join their stream separately. Okay, so yeah, you guys better tell me if there's an echo. Keep your D live streaming, accept the StreamYard invite. Okay, we might be getting onto somewhere here. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you for checking it out. We'll definitely talk later. I'm kind of doing something I haven't done before. So keep your D live streaming, accept the StreamYard link, leave the link. You think I was reading Chinese? Let me just try this. Hey, can everyone hear me okay? I'm kind of still streaming on StreamYard, so I didn't know if this would be an echo or not. Really? Oh, okay. Well, then great to see you guys. Thank you for doing the stream. I was watching Big Pep and saw that Silver was coming on too, and anyways, I'm happy that I can join as well, and both of you guys are doing really good work. Silver with the the 2.5 hour, almost 3 hour video stream, or not stream, but the video, that was great. No, dude, I don't think you should be sorry at all, man. I mean, I think even for those that can't digest like the full video at one time, that's totally okay. You can watch it in bite-sized pieces. But with the information that you covered there, I would agree that before someone starts staking and before someone may contemplate trading Hex, that you should look at what the other people did in that video. Yeah.